What's up, everyone? How's it going? Happy Thursday afternoon to all of you out there. Surprise, I'm up here with a bonus video. We've got some late breaking news that we need to discuss for the next couple of minutes here. And when this news broke earlier on today, I did not think I was going to have time to come up and do a video about it. As a matter of fact, I contacted TVTrax and told him that I would record a few minutes of extra bonus audio and send it over to him so he could include it into whatever fabulous Moolah clips he posts of mine later on this week. But as my day went on here, I realized that I had a little bit more time available than I thought, so I said, what the hell, I'll go ahead and come up here on my own channel instead. And Trax, you are still more than welcome to use as much of this audio as you would like. You can even use all of it if you want. But for those of you who don't know, earlier on today, it was announced WWE released a statement saying that they were going to drop the fabulous Moolah's name from the Memorial Battle Royal. This was a battle royal that they announced just 4 days ago on Monday Night Raw, and it blew up the internet, and it upset me, and it upset a lot of people, and WWE received a ton of backlash for it. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Those of you who joined me on Monday night for my live Raw watch-along, you saw my reaction. My jaw hit the floor. I could not believe that WWE was doing this, especially when they've already been aware. They know of Fabulous Moolah's past, and it seemed like they were even distancing themselves from her a little bit in recent history, most notably by naming that big women's tournament after Mae Young instead of her. So I was just blown away by the fact that there was a meeting in WWE with the powers that be and creative people and bookers and writers and all that shit, and they all sat there and decided collectively that it would be a great idea to have a women's battle royal and name it after the fabulous Moolah and make a big trophy with her image on it. And now this is going to be a match that you're going to have every WrestleMania for the conceivable future, and you are now tributing this really terrible human being on your biggest stage, on your biggest show. I couldn't believe that a group of seemingly educated adults all sat in a room and agreed that this was a good idea. It's not like Moolah's history was unknown. I mean, there were a lot of people that didn't know about it. As a matter of fact, in my video, when I reacted to this, people were like, what do you have against Fabulous Moolah? And I'm like, just Google it, dude. Do the exact thing with Moolah that Triple H didn't want people to do with China. I could not understand for the life of me why anybody in WWE thought this was a good idea and why anybody in WWE thought that they would not get a shit ton of backlash for this. And they did. The fans were going crazy. And when this news initially broke earlier on today, I actually thought it was the overwhelming negative response from the fans that caused WWE to make this decision, which surprised the hell out of me because normally WWE doesn't give a shit, especially if this was an announcement that was made just a few days ago. I can't imagine the fans being that relentless to where they actually scared the WWE into removing Fabulous Moolah's name. I was almost skeptical, but I didn't really care. I was just happy that Moolah's name was no longer associated with this. And then about an hour later, there's been some other reports online that the reason WWE may have done this is because they got a lot of pressure from Snickers. And I got to hand it to the fans. If anybody was smart enough to actually contact Snickers and tell them that they're offended by this, that was probably the better route than complaining straight to WWE, because WWE doesn't give a shit. They could absolutely care less what the fans think, really, at the end of the day, but when it comes to sponsors, whoa, ho, ho, you can't have that. The minute you might lose some money or revenue or damage your image with other advertisers or something like that, oh, okay, we'll do whatever you want, Snickers, no problem. You want us to take out Fabulous Moolah from the Battle Royal? Sure, no problem at all. And I know there's a shit ton of cynics out there. I've already seen it on Twitter. There is people, and this just speaks to the level of insanity that you see in the wrestling community, that they are actually mad at WWE for removing the Fabulous Moolah now because, oh, they're just doing it because Snickers made them do it. Are you fucking crazy? Who gives a shit why they're doing it? I don't care what the reason is for WWE taking Moolah's name off of this thing. What's important to me is that Moolah's name is off of this thing. It's just like Roman Reigns. Fans are actually mad that WWE's trying to book him in a better way. Oh, they're just trying to get him over. Well, that's the fucking point of wrestling, trying to get guys over. It might work, it might not, I don't know. But I would certainly rather see WWE try to make it interesting than not giving a shit and having it suck a big bag of dicks. And the same applies to this Moolah situation. I don't care what caused WWE to do it. The point is that this was a stupid decision by WWE. Women's Battle Royal? Fine, great. No problem with it at all. You want to name it after somebody? Fine, great. No problem with it at all. But you really should not name it after the Fabulous Moolah. Put China China, Sherry, Elizabeth, Alundra Blaze, any number of women you want, you could have put on that trophy instead, and it would have been just fine. But now WWE finds themselves in a position where I don't think they can rename it. I think it's going to be the Women's Battle Royal. That's what WWE announced. They're changing it from the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal to the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal. So I don't know if maybe next year they'll try this again. They'll try to rename it. I don't think they're going to name it after another woman this year, because all that's going to do is draw attention to the fact that it's no longer Moolah. If they just drop Moolah's name off of there, they don't really have to even mention it. They don't even have to bring it up on TV. But if they were to replace Moolah with somebody else, we would probably have to have a really serious Michael Cole segment of Raw where he tells the fans, we here at World Wrestling Entertainment have decided to change the name and blah, 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 right? So they don't want to do that. So if they simply just drop Moolah's name from it, they don't even have to mention it again. So maybe next year they can actually name this Battle Royal after somebody, because if they've named the men's one after Andre, it would be nice if the women had a wrestler to be honored in their Battle Royal as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens by the time we get to WrestleMania 35. But at the end of the day, I think this is great news. If you want to use it as a reason to attack WWE even more, go right ahead. But to me, that seems insanely counterproductive. I'm just happy that Fabulous Moolah's name is no longer associated with this thing, because you guys saw my reaction. You saw it in the live stream, and you heard it in my most recent episode 489 that was released yesterday. And check that out, by the way. The link is in the top right-hand corner of the screen there. And I talk all about the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal announcement and how pissed off I really was. So I was very happy to wake up today and see the news that she's gone, and that's the way it should be. And I don't think in WWE, they sure can be stupid sometimes. I mean, I don't know why they even made this decision in the first place. I can't believe they didn't realize this beforehand. And the only thing I can think of is that it's Vince McMahon being so kind of out of touch in his own little bubble there, that maybe this was something that he was insistent on because he doesn't understand the power of the internet and how much information is out there. His head still might be stuck in the 80s where, oh, people won't hear about this, or they don't know about it, or not enough people know about it to cause some problems. Oh, sure, we'll get a little bit of a backlash from it, but it won't be that bad. Vince McMahon and the WWE should know, especially in today's day and age, that this is the last thing you want. This is the worst type of person you could ever honor. And you know you're going to get a shit ton of backlash from it. And this also has nothing to do with being politically correct. I've seen some people criticizing this decision of, oh, the world today is just too politically correct. And that's why they're taking her name off of the Battle Royal. That's fucking insane. This has nothing to do with political correctness, and it has everything to do with common sense. And I'm glad that WWE finally came to their senses, whether it be from the fans or from a sponsor or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. There you go. There's my thoughts on this breaking news of the day. And you might even hear from me again tomorrow or maybe Saturday at the latest, because I did read and I was informed by a few of you that John Bravo guy, that guy that supposedly has all sorts of dirt on Roman Reigns, he is claiming that possibly that video could be released tomorrow. So we might get some big information and some big accusations as it relates to Roman Reigns. And if it's really big and it's catastrophic, you know WWE is going to have to do something about that. But if it turns out to be nothing, that's even better, because that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So if it turns out that this is a huge deal, a huge story, a huge scandal, whatever, I will be up here sometime either tomorrow evening or early Saturday to discuss the latest Roman Reigns developments. But if not, you'll probably catch me again during Raw on Monday night. I should be home to do a live watch along. So you guys take care, have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you soon. Until next time, peace.